Good morning. Welcome to another Trailer Park Pundit. How is everybody? I have a special co-host this morning. This is my granddaughter, Hunter,
Hi.
and she's going to hang out for the beginning of the show. I see people are starting to file in. Hi, Kate. Good morning, Kate. Oh, Kate, you made it over. Got my notification. It's raining here in Millie Valley, and I slept late, so I'm here ready to watch. Yay! Well, I got a good show lined up. Hunter's going to help me out for the first, first 20 minutes of it, so we'll get through it. Say hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Everybody's coming in. So yeah, as everybody knows, it's winter break. So I have the granddaughter hanging out for the week, and she just loves everything we do online. She watches all of us. So I figured I'd let her come on and see what it's like to do one of these shows live.
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, Snow Leopard. Hi, John Kemper. Good morning. Did everybody have a good holiday? Hey, Snow. Yeah. Oh, Lazy Quackle. Good morning. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It does help us out a little bit. So let's just a little bit. So how old are you?
I am 10.
You're 10. What grade are you in?
4th.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a veterinarian.
You want to be a veterinarian. You want to help animals. And what was your favorite Christmas gift you got this year?
That would be probably hard.
What'd you get?
I got a little robot.
I do like your little robot.
My little robot's cute. We can't figure it out yet, but
you should have brought it over so I could play with it.
True. I got
Hi, Stevie.
a most likely broken scooter.
Well, maybe we'll fix it.
And I got a new bike helmet.
Yeah, I like your bike helmet. It's pretty.
It's very pretty. There's roses on it. I got this light up thing. It came with these letters, and I got to put it on there and make words, and it came with like these little emojis and numbers, and that's cool. Me and my friends were hanging out, and it had Cadence and Hunter.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you had a good Christmas. I know we ate a lot of food and a lot of fudge, and I hope everybody else out there had a good holiday. And as we come into the new year, we kind of look back at the last year, and here's hoping that maybe next year will be better. I ain't holding my breath though. So let's get moving on this deck.
The past 3 years, I don't know if it's going to change or not.
It's been so hard for you guys too. I'm so sorry you kids have had to go through what you've had to go through. Okay, so let's see. Fair use. Everything I'm saying is my opinion, just my opinion only. This is commentary. So please go out there, do your own research, and form your own opinion. And I want to thank everybody who's helping us with the 62-mile challenge this December. Of course, we are walking 62 miles in the month of December for St. Jude's Hospital. And it has been a heck of a ride. You guys can go over to my Trailer Park Pundit. If you're watching on Beauty and the Boomer, be sure to go follow Trailer Park Pundit. And you guys can see some of our little trips that we've done around the Olympic Peninsula. We've walked some really cool places. And we still have some more to go. We're going to go out and do probably a 5-mile one this afternoon. So
I'm excited because I get to ride my bike.
Yeah, she gets to ride her bike and we walk behind her. So yeah, she just rides ahead and then she's got to catch up. So good morning, everybody. I brought a couple of things. So first off, I want to show everybody your street cred. You've been a little activist yes. Pretty much your whole life, right?
Yes.
You have.
It's very true.
It is very true.
I've been at a lot of stuff like this.
See if I can. There we go. I can bring it up. We can bring us both in. Okay, so yeah, since you were about 3 years old in that Bernie picture there, and
about 3, maybe 3 1/4.
Can you guys hear her? Okay, let me know
Hello?
if you're not hearing her loud enough. I've got the mic turned up, and hopefully you can hear her. So yeah, we did lots of Bernie events together. We've done lots of other events. So I just wanted to know, after all these years of fighting for Bernie, what do you think about Bernie?
That he kind of gave up on us.
Yeah, he kind of not. He's not
he
fighting
said
for us,
he
right?
was gonna help, and then he just was like, "Oh, I can't do anything anymore. Bye." He just kind of gave up. So you can't really trust anybody.
Volume's fine. Okay, good. She kind of talks quiet next to me, so I just want to make sure everybody can hear. Whoa, Hunter is hear and see. You can hear and see her. Okay. So so Hunter has been out on the front lines of many a protest. She has protested TPP. She has been on the front lines of No Dapple. Let's see, what else has she done? Lots of local elections.
Yeah.
We've been out for those. So I brought this just because I think we both agree with this, Hunter. And it says, I'm utterly shocked that Bernie Sanders, the man who told everyone to fight for the DNC establishment, was railroaded by the DNC establishment and then endorsed the DNC's establishment picks. Not once, but twice. Just caved on his own war powers resolution to end U.S. involvement in Yemen. So Bernie told us, no wars. We have to stop these wars. And then what does he do?
He gives up.
He goes and he votes for war. He gives them money. It's just crazy.
And then what happens a couple years after? Another war starts.
Another war. And guess what?
Another
Bernie
war.
gave money to that war.
No, he let it happen.
Yeah, right. He voted for it. And so did his whole squad and all of his little friends. And so I'm so glad that Hunter came along with me for the Bernie ride, because she's a generation that is going to grow up knowing that, hey, politicians don't do anything but lie.
No, they just lie. He said, oh, I would help. Then he voted for war.
He voted for war. Good girl.
What happened? He gave money to the war.
He
Not
did.
helpful.
Yeah, lots of money too. That could be helping what? The homeless. That could be helping
That could
the
be helping
addicted.
the homeless. That could be we could help world hunger.
Right?
How much money he gave?
They don't. We could.
He just gave up. He just gave up.
So Hunter's 10 and she understands these problems. Bernie Sanders, what the hell? So yeah, that's
yes.
her take on that. I wanted to show you guys this. So yeah, she has been out on the front lines of stop police brutality many times.
Yes.
Yeah. Hands up, don't shoot. You know, when you and Ryan were little and I used to babysit you guys, they always wanted to play activists. Like, I always felt like, oh, I don't want to be one of those doting grandparents or parents who forces an ideologue on a child, right? We see that with the Trumpers, and we see that with especially the Dems and the Libs, right? You see a lot of kids out there fighting against their own best interests, but because their parents believe it, they believe it, right? So, I mean, I've pulled back from involving Hunter in a lot of what we're doing, but she sure is so smart. They want Hunter to be elected in 2024. Hunter 2024. How fun. So yeah, there's some of your street cred. We got another one here, and this is my favorite one of yours. So
I like this one. You could see the pictures that I brought my doll with me.
Yeah, I've got a doll hand.
American Girl
doll had the protest too. So water is life. Apple. Sometimes you need an old man to help fight the forces of evil. I don't think sometimes you have passion and love for one another, and that has to do with the white guy, right? What do we got here? So we can fund war. No more. How do you feel about war? Scare you?
Yes,
that there's war going on in the world?
Yes, it really does. Because that means more people are dying. And
oh, you're clipping really bad.
Why flipping? I feel it's glitchy, or it's just my end. No, DC, it's my end, and there's nothing I can do about it. I hope the internet gets better. I mean, not sure what I can do. Let me check some settings. I'm on high def, so.
Yeah, look at us on Rockin'.
Oh, turn your settings. Okay. They've changed your YouTube settings, so they drop you down to 420. Make sure that your YouTube settings are set at the higher speed.
It says Rockfin was acting up a bit for me. Yeah, it was acting up a little bit.
Yeah,
if we're looking at it right now, it's glitched.
Yeah, I can see it over on the Rockfin too. Huh?
720 is the highest.
720 is as high as you can go on most of these. So. Yeah, why are we clipping so bad? We had this problem not last week, but the week before. And I don't know what it is. It's the internet. It's the way that this is drawing. I'm cracking. I don't know. I don't know what's causing it.
So much. Notice my shirt.
Yeah, it's your shirt. That's what's causing it. It looks like it's better over on the Rockfin for a second. So let's keep moving.
You're better now.
Okay. I wanted to
That's
talk
good.
about this day in history because I have Hunter sitting here, and I think that it's so important that the younger generations understand what colonialism and capitalism and imperialism have done for, hundreds of years, especially in the last 200 years. So we have to remember today is the anniversary of Wounded Knee. 132 years ago today, Wounded Knee happened. If you don't know what Wounded Knee was, you have been under a rock.
They also don't teach us this stuff.
Do they? They don't talk about Wounded Knee in school?
No.
Wow.
They really don't.
Okay, so on this morning, on December 29th in 1890, the U.S. cavalry troops went into a camp to disarm the Lakota. One version of events claims that during the process of disarming the Lakota, a deaf tribalman named Black Coyote was reluctant to give over his rifle, claiming he had paid a lot for it. Black Coyote's rifle went off at that point, and the U.S. Army began to shoot the Indians. The Lakota... Oh, darn it, go back. Lakota warriors fought back, but many had already been stripped of their guns and disarmed because that's what they were doing. And by the time the massacre was over, more than 250 men, women, and children of the Lakota were killed, and 51 were wounded. Yeah. And I can't get to the bottom of it. So, and get this crap. In 2001, they gave the National Congress of American Indians passed 2 resolutions condemning awards, but the U.S. military in 2001 honored these soldiers that went in there and did that. I mean, 100 years later, they honored them. Why? That is so insane.
You kill almost 200 of them, and they're like, oh,
250, and they were children. If you went and saw the pictures, Hunter, you would just cry. I mean, it breaks my heart even thinking about it. So, this is a picture of Lakota Sioux chief Spotted Eagle lies dead in the massacre of Wounded Knee, 1890. So, I always remember this. It's been in my timeline for many years, and that's how I remembered it was today. But I think that is just awful that we would honor those men 109 years later. We gave the military honors for this shit. Ugh, I totally condemn this. So
how?
But by telling you guys these stories, we hope that they don't continue to happen again, right?
Everyone's like, where's my shirt from?
Where is your shirt from?
Silver City, New Mexico.
Silver City, New Mexico.
I got it from my other grandparents. He is a golfer, and he traveled to New Mexico to do a tournament.
Yay!
At doing golf.
It's cute. It's very cute. So you do gymnastics. I figured it was a gymnastics shirt.
No.
Yeah, she is heavy into gymnastics. You plays the cello.
Yes.
You used to be a ballerina, but ballerina's not your thing anymore.
I got lice because of it, and I'm not gonna trust it.
You got lice for being a ballerina?
Yes, I had to lose all of my stuffed animals for a year.
Well, yeah, because you guys always have to wear those little frilly head things. So it makes sense.
One of the kids had lice, and only one girl decided, I'm gonna put my name on mine so I don't get lice. And I guess when I got to share a crown with one of the girls that got lice.
Oh, lovely. Well, let's not do that anymore. Excellent point, DC. So also, for the record, the Lakota and Dakotas are often referred to as the Sioux, which was actually a slur from rival tribes that the U.S. government began using as an insult. Yes, DC. Yeah. Terrible, but I'm glad you pointed that out. And what I just read you literally came from the Wikipedia. So there you go, government narrative.
It's true.
You know,
it was going insane.
It was. So I'm glad we got a chance to talk about that. So let's talk about the weather.
The weather has been very bad. I actually was supposed to come to our house on Tuesday last week.
Yeah, we were gonna make Christmas cookies and wrap presents.
And the snow, we got out in Port Angeles, we got a whole foot of snow.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow. And it went away really fast because the rain came in, the snow level jumped up to 7,000 feet, and all that snow melted in like one day. So now we're flooding.
Actually, we had the snow for 4 days.
4 days. Yeah, you guys got hit harder than we did.
So on the main highway, it's like perfectly fine. You can drive on it safe. And my mom works at Dollar Tree, and she she needs to be able to get there, and she works at 4 a.m. sometimes. And my dad would also be at work. He worked at the paper mill.
Yeah.
And we were turning out by Jack in a Box, by Rebel Heart Coffee, and we were turning, and it was like we went ice skating. We're like,
oh, it's so scary. It's so scary to be on those roads.
It was so scary because they get plowed, and it just makes it
they don't
slippery
do the side
and icy
roads, right?
and
So everybody's heard of the blizzard, the life-changing blizzard that hit Buffalo, New York.
Yes.
Many died, but there wasn't many heroes. I didn't bring any of the looting videos. As you guys know, there was a ton of looting going on during that storm. Some of it probably necessary because you have to have food and water, but a lot of it was just smash and grabs. Hey, I'm getting me a new TV while nobody's looking. And we know that this happens in times of emergency.
Look what DC wrote. It was that cold.
It was DC 18. Yeah, it's 18? Super cold out. God, that's what we were last week. Cold. So yeah. And it sucks because me and my hot flashes, I loved it. I slept like a baby in that teen weather. And now we're back up in the 40s and 50s. And
frozen.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hot again. So
I was frozen.
You were frozen. So I wanted to bring you guys this quick story. This man was about to die, and
Chicago was 50, Lucky.
Yeah, Chicago was 50. Short days, yeah. This man was about to die, and this woman found him out in the blizzard and brought him in. And here's a little video blog of it. And this is what being a decent human being, and helping thy brother, thy neighbor out looks like.
The worst of Mother Nature, bringing out the best of human nature. This is Buffalo resident Shakira Autry on Facebook Live.
I currently have an older 64-year-old white man in my house.
Okay, can you guys hear that? Because I can't.
We can't hear it.
In the midst of Western New York's blizzard, Shakira spotted and heard the man in terrible
I still can't hear it.
What is cold outside her house on the morning of Christmas Eve.
See, now this is the fun.
That man is Joey White.
Of doing these shows. Okay, we're going to try to get you guys sound. I'm going to drop the audio, bring him back in, trying to show her what kind of technical difficulties we deal with every day. We can hear it. Oh, you could hear it, but I couldn't hear it. Oh, of course. Okay.
I can't hear it.
We'll try again. I already know what it says, so I guess I don't have to hear it.
Well, I haven't heard it.
Hey. Why are you ripping my earbud out, crazy girl? That's why I couldn't hear it. We can hear the clip. Okay, DC, I'm going to start it again then. We'll try again.
I can listen to it after the show.
Yeah, you can listen to it after the show. Basically, this woman saves this man's life. Oh, come on. Stop doing that. Okay, there we go.
I can hear it.
The worst of Mother Nature, bringing out the best of human nature. This is Buffalo resident Shakira Autry on Facebook Live.
I currently have an older 64-year-old white man in my house. I found him yesterday. I heard him screaming for help.
In the midst of Western New York's blizzard, Shakira spotted and heard the man in terrible pain in the frigid cold outside her house on the morning of Christmas Eve. Her boyfriend carried the man inside. That man is Joey White, seen in this picture at a Toronto Blue Jays baseball game.
He got away from his home that he lives in a group home, he told me.
Joey's sister says her brother is mentally challenged and does indeed live in a group home. He works at a movie theater and may have gotten scared during the blizzard and tried to walk home from the theater, getting lost in the heavy snow outside the mother of three's house. Shakira did her best to take care of him, to comfort him, feed him, and pleaded for help with phone calls and on Facebook Live.
This man is not about to die over here on 111. Y'all need to get this man some help.
But her neighborhood was virtually impassable. Christmas Eve became Christmas Day. Joey was in immense pain with severe frostbite on his hands.
Joe? Listen to Joe. How you feeling, Joe? Joe ready to go. He ready to go. He needs to go because he needs medical attention. He had a ring on his finger. I had to use these to cut the ring off of his finger. I'm not no surgeon.
With her 3 children by her side, Shakira tried to comfort Joey.
Joe,
Could be in the green.
you feeling better? You trying to feel better? Pardon me? No, you're not gonna die. We not talking about death. See, this is how you know he needs help.
And that help was about to come. Good Samaritan showing up in a vehicle that could make it through the snow. Joey was on his way to the hospital,
I'm right here, Joe.
and Shakira rode with him.
Joe, see, I'm right here. You okay? I love you too, sweetie. You okay?
Joey arrived at the hospital safely.
This man could have died. 64 years old, could have died outside. I wasn't letting that happen on my watch, and he wasn't gonna die in front of my kids.
Joey has severe frostbite and is in the ICU in the hospital burn unit. His sister Yvonne telling us it's touch and go whether his hands can be saved, but overall he's in stable condition, and she is so grateful for Shakira Autry.
This woman did something that an angel would do, okay? To take in a perfectly stranger, you took him in your home on Christmas Eve.
Joey White's life was saved.
Oh my God, his hands are horrible.
So while others were out looting, this woman was being her brother's keeper, and she saved this man. And they're saying that he might lose his hands, maybe some fingers. They don't know. They're trying to save him. Frostbite is, horrible. And, to know that this woman brought a total stranger into her house with her family on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I mean, this is a true testimony of how to be your brother's keeper, I think. So I found that story very heartwarming. I could have brought you a million stories of people looting and cops, busting them. And these are the stories
she gave us that.
Yeah. So let's see. Hey, Uncle Warren, welcome. Great show last night with Sister Fee. I had to check in a little bit, and you did a great job. It's always fun to have conversation with Fee, and you guys did a great job. And let's see. Yona, welcome, Yona. Happy end of the new year to you and to everybody that's filing in from AM Wake Up. I see a couple of you coming in. Yeah, they ran a little late this morning, I noticed. But Hunter and I were watching it, and I was telling her, hey, do you know that girl's name's Hunter too? Because, Hunter's on there. Fee is a doll. She is so awesome, isn't she? She truly is a good fam. Good fam. Good morning, Gamer for Life. I hope you're feeling better. Last time I talked to you, you were a little under the weather.
Oh, no.
Hey, Natalie. Welcome, Natalie. Good to see you. So I got my granddaughter hanging out today. It's holiday, so we're just talking about her street cred. We brought a few of her pictures of the activism she's done over the years. And now we're just kind of going through the deck and having a good time. So while all of this crap is happening, millions of Americans are without power. They're freezing. They're under ice storms. Guess where Biden is? Guess where your president is?
He's out just chilling. It's hot out. It's probably having the best time of his life while we're all sitting here freezing inside of our house.
It's true. So yeah, Biden's hanging out in the islands. So let's check that out.
I like the music.
You saw it there. The president has a lot on his plate. And for the next few days, he's going to be dealing with all of it from afar because the first family stayed here at the White House for Christmas, but plans tomorrow to fly to vacation for the rest of this year and the beginning of next year in St. Croix. Rich?
Not too shabby.
That's so weird. Look at those houses. That's ice.
No, that's where he is right now. And then what he's going through is just
so yeah. You see those houses just encrusted in ice,
frozen, and then he's out there on the beach chilling, taking a swim.
I wonder if Hunter got to go. Do you know the president's son is named Hunter Biden? And he's a very bad guy. Lots of Hunters. I like that Hunter is the Vegas warrior ranger. But what did you say? I call Hunter the... Oh, I missed it. Anyways, the Hunter is the ranger of Vegas. And she really is. She's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say that too, Dingo. Was Biden on Pedo Island in the Virgin Islands? Those islands have all got some pretty bad reps, right? Did you see? I don't know if I brought it, but one of those islands is suing over the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. I'll have to do a deep dive into that report for you guys. Okay, what's next on the deck? Let's see. President Biden promises to bring the country together, and he's achieved one of the most successful bipartisan records in recent American history. That's
Not
wrong.
true. Wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
I need a button.
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of the Uniparty, and the Uniparty is both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party as one party, because that's what they are. They're the corporate party.
I should have grabbed my red button. I could have just went.
Oh yeah, you do have a red button. So yeah, basically there's the corporate party and, total support for Israel, do Wall Street's bidding, unlimited military spending, hostility to Russia, Iran, and China, full spectrum dominance, lets money rule politics. Oh yeah, totally. And neoliberalism rocks, spies on everyone.
Yes.
Screw the poor and the old, oligarchs, not democracy. Viva US imperialism, outlaws third parties, crush the left, regime changes, cool, kill the poor. And yeah, that's basically what Biden stands for.
That really is, though.
Isn't it? It really is. Okay, so I got one last story that Hunter's going to sit here for, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes and stuff that I really didn't want Hunter to sit here for. So Jilly brought me this story. Is Jilly here? Jilly, where are you, Jilly? We miss you, Jilly. Anyways, Jilly is so great about sending me stories, and this one broke my brain when I saw it. Like, why are we allowing this?
I'm not going to let
it's that one.
It's happened to me, that's for sure.
Okay. I had to switch medias because it's over on the Twitterverse. Okay. So this is a story about the kids. This is a kids show on Netflix. This is an example of how they're already pre-programming children to accept microchips and digital identifications.
City is stunned by the sudden rollout of Rook Unlimited's most fantastic device ever. The Smart Mark. Throw your other devices away, because the Smart Mark is more than just a phone. It's part of you. Use it as cash.
Smart
Book
Mark.
your travel. And even shoot video. Distribution points are all over the city. And don't let the lines discourage you. The Rook Unlimited Smart Mark is worth the wait.
No, it isn't. It really isn't.
I never realized how wonderful technology could make me feel. The Smart Mark has brought order to my life.
And the best part? It's absolutely free. A gift of thanks to our city from Rook Unlimited.
Boo!
23% of the population has been given the Smart Mark, number 1.
Time to test our system, number 6. The Flex Fighters are out there somewhere. Teaming up with Jonathan Rook. Let's put our new recruits to work. Subtly.
We should find the Flex Fighters.
This is another reason why we should get chips, because then they could just hack us.
Find the Flex Fighters.
Yeah.
We should find the Flex Fighters.
Then he could definitely spy on
Growing
us.
up in this city, the streets of Old Town, I saw the worst mankind had to offer. Chaos, disorder. I vowed to make it all change. To make it all
In
better.
the chat, what the?
All these years working in secret, rising up the ranks of the tech men. It was all leading to this day. Order has finally been established in Charter City. No child will have to fear for their safety again.
The people owe you the greatest of debts, number 1, for liberating them from the chaos of their lives.
So that was a show called Stretch Armstrong that is over on Netflix. What do you think about that?
It's messed up.
It's messed up.
Our president could definitely spy on us now. If we got that, we would be spied on 24/7.
So do you think as you get older that there's going to be more pressure to put technology into your body and
Yes,
to integrate?
the only technology I'm gonna let on my body is if I am on a deathbed and I'm about to die. But it's not gonna be a chip.
Oh,
It's
you're
gonna
talking
be
like a pacemaker or something like that, right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
or
The Smart Mark
Nothing.
video is made so kids can critically think.
Oh, maybe.
I hope that's what it is, Kate. I really do. I mean, we always see these soft disclosure programs that are released, right? That kind of want to talk kids into like, hey, love robots, love AI. And I mean, I bought you a robot for Christmas. It's very cute. It's a little one.
It's like a little robot that talks, that repeats you. And
yeah. But I feel like
Basically, it's all
even
it
when I
does.
was purchasing it, I was like, oh my God, am I like telling her it's okay to love AI by buying her this? No.
I don't even understand the robot. I don't understand how it works. It didn't come with any instructions.
No, your brother enjoys his more than you enjoy yours. But
yeah, he just mostly steals mine. So
I'm so thankful that Hunter has been raised around critical thinkers who kind of, I mean, I don't want to put the fear of God into her like my grandparents did, right? Like, oh, the mark of the beast is coming and don't take any technology. But I want her to be aware that, you know, there's an alternative plan by those in power out there to control, spy, and dictate to us what we're going to do in the future. So thank you, Jilly, for that. Yeah, Jilly, we're all down. I hope Jilly's okay this morning and staying warm. You want to hang out? Or you want to keep going? Okay, you can keep going. We got a few more that are acceptable enough for a 10-year-old to be here
now
for.
This next video, I swear, why do people do this?
Well, you were here the other night when this happened.
Yeah. Our power just like had like a flash. Like our power just like beep, beep, and turned back on. It was just like it just like went out, and that's bad for my system. So
it is bad for our systems, right? We've got a lot of them on backups, but
it
sadly,
was.
I don't have a strong enough backup for everything. Anyway, so yeah, we've had a lot of power outages in the Pacific Northwest, more than normal this fall and this winter. And of course, we've been warned about rolling blackouts and whatnot. And so the other night, of course, our power goes down. Like, what the hell is going on here? Well, yet again, and I've been reporting on this. Hey, Ronnie Graham, welcome. I've been reporting on this for quite a while now. Our substations are for some reason under attack, but it's very freaking weird, the attacks that are happening. Like, they call them robberies. There's Jilly. Good morning. We were just worried about you. Thank you for sending us that last clip. So Jilly's been sending me a lot of these power substation attacks too. But the thing is there's never any arrests. They never say who's behind these attacks or what the hell the point is. But we had 2 attacks in Tacoma, Washington this week that definitely took our power down.
Yes.
And we're 100 miles away from Tacoma. But we all know how weak our power grid is, right? So let's check out this video from Dabu7. We love Dabu.
Everyone's calling out Jilly in the chat.
Everybody loves Jilly.
This is Dabu7. It seems the attacks continue. This time, the attacks are being called burglaries, even though nothing was ever stolen. And it's a really weak attempt to try to cover up what's really going on here large scale. We have had around 125 attacks on substations this year. That is a record. And we just had 3 more happen in Washington State around Tacoma that hit yesterday evening, or throughout the day yesterday, leaving people, thousands of people, in the dark and without power on Christmas Day. The sheriffs go into detail on each event at 3 different places. As they get there, they say, we showed up and found that the gate was knocked down, that everything was vandalized, and it was damaged to the extent to where it shut down the power. They basically vandalized the equipment to break it, to stop it from distributing power to the area. This is not a burglary. Nothing was stolen. This is an attack. Let's make this clear. It's ongoing on our grid. And if you don't know, all they have to do is hit a handful of the right substations, whoever's practicing this, and you take the whole thing down. We just had the whole eastern part of the grid on emergency, in a rare emergency mode. Texas on warnings. This isn't looking good with all these other states seeing substation attacks. And you know what? I haven't seen one person arrested by these fools and brought to justice. Not one name to share yet. But this is the latest. If you guys hear of something in your neck of the woods related to this, let me know. We've got to keep track of this going into the new year. It seems someone is on a beta test or a dry run for something large scale that ultimately is going to leave us all in the dark.
I gotta agree with Dabu. I think something's up with these. I don't know if it's a beta test. I don't know if it's DARPA. I don't know, but something, they're testing something, because the fact that we have seen so many of these attacks across the country and there's no answers. It's not like, oh, it's a certain, radical group, or it's Putin. I love your comment, DC. Putin. Yeah, right. Remember when Rachel Mad Cow told us that Putin was going to attack the infrastructure of our power grids. I mean, and ultimately they could blame it on that, and most of the country would believe it, right? I mean, if you tell somebody Russia did it, I got to say, I was at Christmas with the fam, and politics came up a little bit. I tried to stay away from politics just because I'm so opinionated, but I'm so proud that my 17-year-old nephew, when I looked at my brother and said, I said, we're funding Nazis in the Ukraine. And my nephew looked at me and said, oh yeah, the Azovs. I was like, good boy, good boy. I have hope. This generation, they don't buy the bullshit. They seem to look through it, or the ones around me do. So that made me happy. But yeah, keep an eye on that story, because I'm telling you, I think there's something more to that crazy story. Oh, and this is the last one you can sit for.
I'm excited for.
This is a good, clean, good story.
It's cool.
It is a cool story.
Cool.
Okay, so we live in the Pacific Northwest, and what is the number one tree in the Pacific Northwest? That is the Douglas fir. Right? Everybody brings
a lot of those.
Well, that's what we're known for. And everybody brings a Douglas fir into their house at Christmas time. That's what most people decorate.
Unless they have
fake tree like me.
Artificial fake tree. Sad.
Well, I used to do real trees, but I feel so bad about, cutting down a tree that I just have the same old 10-year-old fake tree. And
it's as old as me.
We'll keep the trees outside with the roots in the ground, right? So everybody thinks that the redwood is the tallest tree in the world, right? It's not. Did you know that it is actually the Douglas fir? And the tallest one, they cut down in the late 1850s, and we're going to hear about it. But I've always known that trees communicate. They do. When you go out in the woods and you spend some time with the trees, you know that they truly are alive. It's kind of like the Lord of the Rings, right? You got the tree guys. What are they called? I just watched it not too long ago. But anyways, this is a great report. So let's watch this real fast. Come on. There we go.
This time of year, people all over the world bring a little piece of the Northwest inside their home.
Here, we're used to seeing Doug firs everywhere. It's almost easy to forget about them.
But the Doug fir is a remarkable organism.
And its story is tied up with our own. This is the Brummett fir. It's the tallest Douglas fir on Earth.
It's 320 feet tall, and that's like 10 two-story houses stacked up on top of each other. It's about 50 feet short of the tallest tree in the world. Nowadays, we think of redwoods as being the tallest trees on the planet.
But the tallest tree ever cut? That was probably a Doug fir. This 465-foot beast was cut in Washington state in 1897, and there are old logging stories of Doug firs possibly as tall as 480 feet.
That's basically the theoretical limit that scientists have calculated. Any taller than that, and a tree can't bring up enough water to reach the top. And it takes a long time to get that big.
The Brummett fir is probably more than 500 years old. That's around the time Leonardo da Vinci finished the Mona Lisa. That's more than 300 years before this guy first came to the Northwest. Imagine being David Douglas, sailing from England in the 1820s.
And arriving in the Northwest old-growth forests, filled with giants.
He was on an expedition for the London Royal Horticultural Society.
And he sent back what would later be known as Douglas fir seeds to England. It was one of about 240 species of plants introduced to the country.
The Doug fir turned out to be popular. It grew fast,
liked wet climates,
and produced strong timber.
And within a few decades, Doug fir plantations started showing up in Europe.
Back in the Northwest, Doug fir forests became the backbone of a growing timber economy.
Those forests were full of giants, and in some places, still are.
But what we didn't know until recently is that the real action is happening underground.
Almost all plants form a relationship with fungus that lives in the ground. The fungus intertwines with roots and fills spaces in the soil. The tree feeds the fungus with sugars, and the fungus gives water and nutrients to the tree.
In the 1990s, experiments with Doug firs in Canada showed that the trees can use these fungal networks for something amazing.
They communicate. If one tree needs extra sugars, another tree can send it through the fungus.
If a tree comes under attack, it can chemically signal other trees in its network, so they can release defense chemicals to repel the attack.
And so-called mother trees use the network to recognize their own seedlings and give them extra nutrients. Doug firs aren't the only trees to use a fungal network this way, but they're the ones we understand the best so far.
These trees have been talking in the Northwest for tens of millions of years. Their ability to cooperate and adapt has helped them survive multiple ice ages.
Each time bouncing back to fill the landscape with lush forest.
It's a forest that greeted Douglas,
as it did the first humans to come over from Asia thousands of years before. In the last couple hundred years, we've brought these trees all over Earth.
We use them to build our world.
And every once in a while, they remind us that we live in theirs.
That was a great video. Wasn't that educational?
I love that. That was so cool how like they just like the mother tree, like a pine cone drops and it starts growing, how it gives it nutrients. That's
Yeah,
so
the
cool.
mother tree knows that that's its little sapling, so it sends over the stuff that it needs. I do believe that trees are much like what we saw in Avatar, you know, with the whole communication system back and forth. And it always has broke my heart, you know, just how we chop the forest down and, you know, just the terrible clear cutting that we do. And living in the Northwest, we get to spend a lot of time out in the woods and with some of these beautiful trees. We get to go to the rainforest and hug a tree. It's so much fun. And today we are going to be out there on the trails. And yeah, I love pointing out the nursery trees, the surrogate trees to Hunter. You know, look at that tree. It's got 5 babies growing out of it. And
yeah, yesterday we saw a tree. It was cut down, really old. And then there was like 6 trees growing up out of it.
Yep.
It was so cool.
Trees give us give us oxygen, right? They eat all of our CO2 and they we can't live without the trees. They keep the air clean.
It's like
it's the circle of life, right? From Lion King.
It goes in, comes out clean. Goes in dirty, comes out clean.
That's what we need them for. They filter for us. So
kind of like if you have horrible water, you probably use a water purifier. And then that's what it uses. It basically purifies the water so you can drink it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
But
I think that
it doesn't go back into it though.
No, it doesn't. I think that's as far as we can go with the PG deck that I have. So everything out is stuff that I probably shouldn't be talking about with the 10-year-old sitting next to me. But thank you for coming on and doing. Wow, you did a half hour. You did 35 minutes with me. That's a long time.
Actually, like 40.
40, yeah, 40.
44.
So, well, you can come on again, and she's an aspiring YouTuber. She wants her own channel, but I keep telling her she has to wait till she's a little older, but she's definitely growing up around streamers. So
yes.
I have a feeling she'll end up a streamer too. So I love you. Go have some breakfast, get yourself some Doritos. So she lives on Doritos. And I will see you after the end of the show. Okay, thanks for joining us. And thank you, everybody who hung out with Hunter. Love you, babe.
Goodbye. I am gone.
She is a wonderful co-host, isn't she? Okay. So now we'll get into the actual bad stuff in the neck. Okay. She's too cute for words. I had to bring her on this morning. She's always, if you see me pop up in the chat while I'm doing a show, it's most likely Hunter on one of my other phones in the chat. I've seen it many times where people are like, what are you doing? Like, well, that's not me, but she's always has fun with it. So thanks for watching, guys. And let's see. So they want the poor, powerless, afraid, and standing up and fighting for a better future if you're not who, and distrust of the government is bad for you. Claim study. Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah. Distrust of the government's bad for you. So, you know. Okay, what do we got here? I think Jilly, did you send me this one? I think you did. So I've been telling you guys about this story in Moscow, Idaho. 4 college students slain in their beds. The police seem to have no leads, even though there's been literally thousands of tips. And of course, YouTube and TikTok and the internet has posed some problems in this investigation. And that is because everybody's out there talking about this case, and there's tips and things that are being put out there. And there's a lot of false information that's being put out there. Well, a Idaho professor is now suing TikTok for defamation because a woman has made some very serious claims about this Moscow case, that she was involved in it. So let's check this out real fast.
Attorneys for Rebecca Schofield, an associate professor and chair of the history department at the University of Idaho, filed a lawsuit earlier this month saying that a TikTok user, Ashley Gillard, who has more than 100,000 followers, wrongfully and with no basis claimed that Schofield was a murderer. After sending 2 cease and desist letters, similar videos by the TikTok user are still online, and now it appears that this fight will play out in court. We spoke to a Seattle-based First Amendment lawyer about this.
But when you're out there in the public sphere, and when you're on TikTok with hundreds of thousands of viewers out there, you have a responsibility to the public and frankly to yourself, that you don't start publishing things recklessly, negligently, or intentionally, unless you have some basis to believe in it.
Earlier this week, Moscow police released a statement saying that they, quote, do not believe the professor was involved. Attorneys for the professor say she was out of town at the time of the November 13 murders, says they can prove that, and says that she never met with or has any relationship with any of the students who are now victims of that murder. As for the TikToker, Gillard doesn't appear to be backing down on any of these claims. In a video posted 3 days ago, she says she does have information, and she says that will come out in court. Live in studio, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
And yeah, we do have a major responsibility when you're sitting on the side of the camera. I don't have 100,000 followers, but if I did, I would even feel more pressure to make sure that I'm not, defaming somebody or bringing a false accusation. Thank you, Jilly. That is a crazy story. She says she's never even met these kids, or she wasn't even in town. So I would be upset too. I mean, that, especially if she's a professor at Pullman, it kind of blows my mind, but that's the way TikTok is. And we're going to talk more about TikTok because of course the House has decided TikTok's got to go. And yeah, I did bring this story that we were talking about a little earlier, and that is that the U.S. Virgin Islands sues J.P. Morgan over Epstein's sex trafficking scheme, and says a lawsuit says that the bank helped conceal the exploitation of women and girls by convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And surprise, yeah, we knew that. We had heard that the Virgin Islands was going to do this. I don't know how. They better have some good evidence. I don't see a judge upholding this at all. So, and Zelensky announces alliance with BlackRock for reconstruction of Ukraine. Oh, that's a shocker. Is that one shock you guys? That BlackRock is getting the contract to rebuild the Ukraine after they tear it down? Not shocking. And of course, that's what do they say? It's not taxpayer money. It's U.S. money. Either way, it's not going to help anybody in the U.S. It's not helping anybody who is freezing in these cold temperatures or starving right now. So, yeah, wow. So those were headlines I didn't care to cover. If you want me to go deeper into them, I will. I think I'll go deeper into the Epstein sues JP Morgan, or the Virgin Islands sues JP Morgan, because that just, to me, I don't, especially with the judges the way they are. We know how corrupt our judges are. I just don't see that one going very far. Oh, this one's Clown World. Can you believe this? John Fetterman named one of the most stylish people of 2022 by the New York Times. Oh my God, we live in Clown World. This is Clown World. I've never seen this guy in anything but, wrinkled sweats. Okay, he's so stylish. I don't know what that means for the rest of us. Okay, yeah, this is the story about how the U.S. House bans TikTok. Have you heard about this? I'm sure everybody else has been talking about it. I feel like I've been gone forever. I didn't do a show Tuesday because I had doctor's appointments and running to do, but I did all my normal shows last week, and I just feel like I have missed out on everything that's happening over the last week. Like, I'm frantically going through everybody's timelines trying to catch up in the world. And so, okay, DC says, here, let me put it up so I don't lose it. It says JP Morgan bailed out the US federal government in the early 20th century, and therefore the US federal government is forever indebted to the banking behemoth he funded today, JP Morgan Chase. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're all one, you know, when you understand how this cabal works. Yeah, they're all one. They all know each other. They all went to the same schools. They all hang out in the same social circles. And if they don't, it's the 7 degrees of bacon, whatever. Like, they know somebody who knows somebody that'll know somebody. And, you know, that's the way that this shit goes. Not a Feder fan, but I hope he shows up to work in that stuff. Yeah, that would be pretty funny, Extra Bola. Yeah, I agree. I hope he does too. Just to class it down a little bit, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll start buying better clothes now that he's getting that big salary, right? We'll see. So yeah, let's check out this TikTok. TikTok is no longer. We all know TikTok's bad, but okay.
The popular China-owned video app TikTok has been banned from all U.S. House of Representatives managed devices. The move imitates a law soon going into effect banning the app from U.S. government devices. The House stated the app is considered high risk due to a number of security issues and must be deleted from all devices managed by it. The new rule follows a series of moves by U.S. state governments to ban TikTok from government devices. As of last week, 19 states have at least partially blocked the app from state-managed devices. There are fears that the Chinese regime could use the app to track Americans and censor content. The U.S. House sent a message to staff saying anyone with TikTok on their device would be contacted about removing it, and future downloads of the app were prohibited. U.S. lawmakers have put forward a proposal to implement a nationwide ban on the app.
So, what do you guys think? I mean, yeah, besides TikTok spying on you and, you know, collecting your data, and the fact that it's educational in China, but here it's just crap and taking over our children's brain. That's my biggest problem with it, is what I have seen the younger generations do because of TikTok. To me, it's vile. I won't even have it on my phone, and it doesn't have anything to do with China spying on me or data gathering on me. It's just the fact that it's so disgustingly toxic. I mean, it's just a place where people can go and whine and cry or dance to get attention, it feels like. And so, what do you guys think? Do you think that TikTok should be banned in its entirety from the US? Should it definitely be banned off of like government issued devices or government used devices? What do you think? I mean, I personally think TikTok is just fucking evil and stupid. So I'm kind of glad that there is some pushback on it. It would be one thing if it was educational like it is in China, but it is not educational. It's just, it creates groupthink. I think it's like a groupthink, especially. Twitter does it too. Yeah, ban Instagram and Twitter too. Yes, yes. I've started using Twitter more, especially the last year. I've had a Twitter account since like 2009 or 10, but I just always found Twitter to be such a vile place all these years. You know, for one, in the beginning of my Twitter, there was a lot of porn that just constantly, like, anytime I would log into Twitter, there would be porn somewhere in the feed. So obviously that was the accounts that were being followed, these troll accounts that were following me and shit. So I've cleaned all that up and that's out of there now. But I just find it's either just full of shit libs, full of conservatives. You seem to get very echo chamber pigeonholed on Twitter. And Instagram to me is just picture versions of the same shit I saw of everybody else's social media. So whatever I saw on Facebook, I'm seeing on Instagram. Whatever I see on Instagram, I see on Twitter, because people are posting across all of these different platforms. Christine, Happy New Year. How are you, girl? I hope you're well. I hope you're staying warm down there in the bitter cold Utah. It's glad to see you. You just missed it. I had the granddaughter on for the first half of the show. That was kind of fun. Okay, so this one's a little controversial, and I thought about not even bringing it because I was a little worried, but you know what? We need to talk about it because I have brought Viva Free, Viva Fry, whatever you want to call him, to a lot of my shows, especially when I was doing the Amber Heard coverage, because he did a lot of in-depth on that. And we'll talk about Amber Heard later and her crap. She's never going to go away. But I want to talk about this because there's a lot of pushback from posts that Eliza Blue has been putting up. And so this response, Caitlin responds to Eliza. Eliza says, Assange, Snowden, and Musk. And she says, Caitlin says, shut the fuck up. Which I gotta agree. I gotta agree. You can never put Musk in the same fucking sentence as Assange and Snowden, but okay. And so the tweets go out, say, who had Viva Fry down for worshiping the U.S. government subsidy billionaires, helping create a satellite network for global surveillance and supporting the U.S. NATO proxy war in the Ukraine as a hero on their bingo cards? Because Viva Fry tweets out, the fact that you don't understand at Elon Musk is in fact a heroic whistleblower, is a testimony to the lack of quality of your thought. And your craze reply to Eliza Blue. Elon spent $44 billion to buy a company. Okay. And let's see, risked it all and himself to blow the whistle on systematic corruption. Yeah, are you guys buying that shit? I'm not buying that shit. I know Viva's normally good, and you know what? I love that. Eliza Blue was at the last Assange protest that we were at in DC. She did an amazing job. I think she's very, very passionate about fighting for, human sex trafficking victims and their rights and acknowledgement. But I don't think lining yourself with Elon, even though apparently she's in communication with Elon about the trafficking that is happening, and the exploitation that has happened on Twitter for years, that did nothing under Jack, right? They didn't care. They acted like it didn't happen. And we all know why. Things I can't say here on YouTube, we all know why that has been allowed to continue on. And I believe it will be allowed to be continued on even longer. But the Elon's saving us? No. And remember where Elon got that $44 billion at, right? Do we forget where he got that money at? And the fact that after he opened his mouth and said he wanted to buy Twitter, that he decided, no, this probably is not a good idea. And they literally had to drag his ass into court and force him to go through with the purchase. So I think there's much more at play. I don't trust these damn Twitter files, not one goddamn bit. I think we're being fed little chunks just to reconfirm, I don't know, what we already knew, so that way they can redirect the narrative again and stay in control. I think this is a stay in control type of thing. I don't think for 1 minute that Elon Musk is not a golden boy of the DOD. That is who has enriched him. I mean, don't forget that these guys get enriched off of the backs of us with our money and by those that rule the military industrial complex, yeah, I agree with Katie on that one. No, don't put Musk in with Assange and Snowden, because they're not even the same. It's not even the same. And I don't trust these Twitter files. I think it more release the files. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm glad to see some of these. And is it telling us anything we didn't know? No. We knew everything that's coming out in these files. I so far I haven't been shocked by any of it. I don't know. You guys give me your opinion. That's just mine. So, here's more of that story. So, Elon Musk claims an ex-Twitter employee ran Fauci's fan club Slack channel. Oh, shocker there. Almost no one seems to realize that the head of the bioethics at the NIH, the person who's supposed to make sure that Fauci behaves ethically, is his wife. That was tweeted out on 12/27/22. Elon, where the fuck have you been? Because we've been saying this for 3 damn years now. 3 years we've been calling this crap out. I just feel like you're late to the party if you're not intentionally acting this way. I think we all knew that. I mean, I knew that. Didn't you know that Fauci's a woman was head of the NIH ethics department? That man's got no ethics. And if you think he does, you need to head over to the Jamie Deluxe channel and watch all of his breakdowns about Fauci and what he's done in the past. Jamie Deluxe has been dropping, I think he dropped a new video this week. And of course, we love everybody. We love Ryan over at The Last American Vagabond. There's so many people that have been calling this out for so long. So Wake the hell up. Glad you're realizing it. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I'm so glad to see you here, Chris. Miss you so much. I got a few more here. Let's see, what do we got here? All I'm saying is don't try and act surprised in 10 years when it comes out that the CIA was involved in funneling fentanyl. Boy, isn't that the truth? And I can't wait to bring us back real to hell and backs. And we're getting there. We're getting there. I've had to change studios so many times, and now I'm engineering my own show. It's been a crazy year, but I went from a little tiny crappy computer that I could barely even see myself being engineered on somebody else's channel to engineering my own stuff this year. So the sky is the limit for 2023 for what we're going to be doing over here and formatting. And To Hell and Back is going to come back. It's going to be focused on nothing but big pharma and addiction, and it will happen, I promise. Do you guys see this story? I'm just heartbroken over this story. Hooters is shutting down and rebranding after new study shows that millennials aren't that into boobs. Imagine that. Imagine that. Oh, Chris, don't worry about it, honey. You show up when you can. I'm just glad to see you're here and you're at least alive for now, right? That's all any of us can hope for, is to be alive for now anymore. And yeah, I want to talk about this other thing. So, how burdened are you by the capitalistic arm of patriarchy? So here's a little quiz for women. This is obviously for women, right? And you're supposed to put the points down for the things that you do. So do you wear high heels? Do you own 20 pairs of shoes? Do you shave every day? Is your hair lasered? Wear makeup? Have permanent makeup? Your hair dyed? All of the things that we women do to look good in society, right? Well, the fact that they say if you're doing these things, then you're bowing to patriarchy. No, I that just pisses me off. I feel like I'm not allowed to embrace being a woman anymore. I'm not allowed to be feminine anymore, or I'm bowing to a male's idea of what a woman is. And that's just I'm going to flunk the patriarch test. Right. Some of us will, some of us won't. I get very freaking high scores, but that's just who I am. I think it comes down to your individual personalities. And, I think it's dangerous to lump all women in one category. And, there's obviously different types. And I'm a grandma. I'm a girly girl. I was always going to be that way. And I knew that. And I don't appreciate that my identity is being taken away now. That's the way I feel. Yeah. I mean, you can disagree with me, but I do feel like they're trying to crush extreme feminism, and it's a bad thing. It's an evil thing, and I will never stop. Combo Couch is starting now. What are they doing? Okay, well, we're done. We're almost done. So let me see. I'm trying to see what I got. Anything important I got to go, because I don't want to go at the same time. Oh, let's look at this one real fast, because artificial sweeteners are behind the spike in sudden deaths and heart attack, experts claim. Okay. Yeah, Shandy, we are exercising our healthy habits. Yes, absolutely. So how many people have to die suddenly before it's no longer a fucking conspiracy? Good question. How many? Okay, I'm just gonna see what I've got left. We'll do our closer and get out of here. So, you guys got to see this one though. Did you see this shit? Got the flu. It's a major bitch. Can't stop coughing. Throat's on fire. Was going to get a flu shot, but hesitated because of anti-vaxxer propaganda. If you don't want vaccinations, keep it to yourself. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Well, Cher, you just admitted to not getting something that you wanted because of somebody else's propaganda. This is just stupid shit. Pasta and you starting Combo Couch Pasta. Are you starting now? Oh, I thought you were asking me that. No, I think Pasta is getting ready to start, and I will let you guys go so you can go watch Pasta, and I will save what's on this deck for later. Don't forget Mercury is retrograde, guys, so shit's gonna suck till January 18th. And Jilly, you know what I'm talking about. Cher is 1,000 years old. I know. Oh my god, shut up. And she's not vaccinated 500 times. Oh, they're not. Okay, Combo's not going live. I'm trying to hurry up, go through my deck. It's Cold Fusion comes in, whispers they're not going live because, you know, I just feel like they do so much in-depth research and they do such great interviews. I don't want to tie you up. If Pasta and Fee are live, I'm definitely going to let you go to do that. But we've had a show today, so I just want to show you my new crow picture. I love this one. So, all I have loved, I loved alone. That is an Edgar Allan Poe quote. And of course, in 8 years, the 80s will have been 50 years ago. Oh my God, does that make you feel terrible? It makes me feel terrible. I mean, I know I'm almost 50, but geez. She's pushing depopulation. Who's Cher? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Cher is older than dirt. Hey, but if she could turn back time, right? We're gonna finish up a little bit early today. It's been a kind of a hectic, weird day. So, hey, you guys, we are doing a big New Year's Eve special. So join us at our regular time on Saturday for Beauty and the Boomer New Year's Eve party. I think a couple of people might stop by. I'm not sure yet, so I don't want to put anybody out there. But then I got to tell you guys, there's a bunch of stuff happening on New Year's. Of course, I want to say INN is going to be out there doing a special. I thought I had it on the deck, but Uncle Warren, I had yours and Jimmy's. I must have put it on Saturday show. Card for Saturday, because right after we finish up our New Year's thing on Saturday, Extra Bola, you guys are going live, right? So I just want to make sure that I have the whole schedule for Saturday so you guys know where to hang out for New Year's. So that way you'd be there. Amber King says, I will be there. Yes, Amber will be joining us for Beauty and the Boomer. So it'll be a Roar Media New Year's Eve special. So it'll be fun. I want to go and do some clips, go back over kind of the year, show you guys how much we've changed. And yes, I will get your info out there. Secret show at midnight. Ooh, it's a secret show at midnight. So definitely check that out. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need? You're not doing a show tomorrow night though, Amber, right? Yeah, we're just doing a show on Saturday, I believe. And of course, you guys, come on, let's write Julian Assange. I hope you got a ton of Christmas mail. And I know that there's a bunch of events that are going to be planned for March and April. I saw Misty was working on of course, Clovers for Assange, and then a couple of anniversary things from Vault 7 and the 4-year anniversary of, Julian being locked up. So yeah, definitely check all that out. And New Year's Eve special for Pacific Coasters, 11 p.m. to midnight with Jimmy and Yona. Oh, with Jimmy and Yona on Beavis and Butthead New Year's special on KRTD YouTube channel. Yes, KRTD is going to be doing a ton of stuff from what I understand. So definitely make sure that you are following over there. So I will get all of it lined up and on our show for Saturday so people know. I skipped a few things today, but it's the end of the year. I don't think we're supposed to do anything from Christmas to New Year's. I mean, I didn't even want to get out of bed from Christmas to New Year's, but Trump gets out of the January 6th tax evasion, according to the Oligarch TV. I saw that they repealed the January 6th, called back their summons to have Trump arrested, which was just stupid in the fucking first place, right? Because we ever thought that was going to happen. Yeah, the clown circus is just getting funnier and funnier. I mean, some of the stuff that has happened over the last few years, I would have never predicted, but now it makes perfect sense. I think we all do that. So one of Epstein's victims says that she has pictures of Clinton R-ing a child, while will publish soon. Her name is Ranson. Jilly, that's... we all know this, right? There's got to be pictures and videos out there. That's what Epstein did. Epstein recorded everybody. If it wasn't on a CD, it was on a flash drive, that was on a VHS tape. There is evidence out there of what this global call Paul has been up to. And yeah, they need busted. Speaking of that, Jason Burmis dropped a good, I want to say it was the first hour of maybe it was InfoWars he was doing, but go over to his Rockfin channel. He dropped a great talk about AI yesterday. And we got this AI message. I didn't bring it. They put this message out from the AI, which they're trying to say that the AI generated this message itself. Bullshit. It's straight up talking points and propaganda of the oligarchs. And Jason does a great job of tearing it down. So yeah, definitely go follow Jason Burmis if you haven't. And I think that's it for the day. I appreciate you guys hanging out today and hanging out with Hunter. Hunter's going to be with me till Monday, so you might see her pop in a few more of my shows. And hey, everybody, I hope you had a great. You going to come say goodbye? Oh, come here. Come here. She must have been in the other room watching.
Hi.
Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back Saturday night for Beauty and the Boomer. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Chris, Yona, Jilly, DC, Kate, Lazy Quackhole, Peace Dove, John Kemper, Gamer, Uncle Warren, DC. I know there's so many more in there. Bill Bradley, welcome. Glad to have you. Trey Ray 88. Trey's here. Yay. Let's see who else has came in. I appreciate all of you guys stopping by. Oh, the Convo Couch was in the chat. No, they're not. Thank you, Convo, for telling me that you're not going live.
No,
I want to shout the Rockfin out. Do you know that we have hit 13,700 on the Rockfin? That is amazing. And it just goes to show that what we could really do on YouTube if we weren't being suppressed for the last 3 years. That's what that tells me. Amber King, I hope you're having a better day, honey. Ronnie Graham, so good to always see you, one of our Patreons at Beauty and the Boomer. Fred Edwards, Fred, you do great stuff. Thank you so much for sharing our stuff out constantly and just being there. All of you guys, we appreciate you guys. This is the fam. Snork, Happy New Year, Snorky. Hope you're staying warm. And yeah, Oz and I will be back on Saturday night to hang out with all of you and have some fun. And we'll see you then. This is a great cover. We're closing with some Audio Slave Cochise cover.